Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Toolbox Extra on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this week's guest, but as always, we're going to give a shout out to my sponsors. Now, these are all companies, they're great companies that I used as an athletic director. I really recommend that you check them out. So take 3 minutes, listen to our shout outs, then listen to our Toolbox Extra guest, and then go and visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. Here we go. We want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame for their support. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards or show off your school's Hall of Fame, go to their website and take a look at their interactive touchscreen video consoles. You put one of their units in your gym lobby or your main school hallway, it's going to be like a magnet for kids, for coaches. How about sponsors? Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. You're going to be very glad you did. We also want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and let their team turn you into a social media marketing genius. Whether it's a simple social media post or an entire newsletter, team at Gipper is going to have you up and running in no time. It's professional graphic design made easy. Go to Gipper.com for all the details. We want to say thanks to our friends at Hometown. Hometown is changing the game for schools and organizations with their suite of solutions that includes things like, well, how about digital ticketing? They're still the number one provider. They also have athletic website construction, fee-free fundraising. You got to see it to believe it. Whether you're an AD, a principal, even a head coach, Hometown is going to help you save time, raise more money, and bring your community together. That's hometown.com. We'd also like to say thanks to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to their website and schedule a live web demo to see their products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com to find out more. We want to say thank you to Ohio University and their online master's degree in athletic administration. My assistant athletic director, along with thousands of others, got his master's through the Ohio program. And while they're doing that, they also completed 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. That's Ohio University and their online master's in athletic administration. We'd like to say thanks to Home Campus. Home Campus is a platform you're going to use every single day for schedules, rosters, you name it. Their athletic clearance and eligibility platform alone is a game changer. To find out all the great things they can do, check out homecampus.com. Don't forget to mention the podcast, homecampus.com. We'd like to say thanks to Snap Mobile, particularly Snap Raise. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, I'm telling you, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. We used it at our school and had tremendous success season after season, year after year. Go to their website and look at their other great platforms. But if you're looking for a fundraiser, you just found it, and it's Snap Raise. We'd also like to thank Athletic Surveys. At my school, we use surveys for everything, for student athletes, for coaches, even parents. And the information that would come back was largely over the top positive. I'm talking 98%. We still got to hear from those squeaky wheel parents, but the survey allowed us to address their concerns, keep them from turning into something big. But that 98% data, tremendously valuable, especially when you're visiting with a frustrated parent, or maybe your principal, or even your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. And finally, we want to say thanks to our friends at Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure we were a Huddle school. And our coaches, our student athletes, even our parents just love the platform. Go to huddle.com, join the 8 million users, and turn your school into a Huddle school. That's huddle.com. And as always, don't forget to mention the podcast. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Toolbox Extra on the Educational AD podcast. Longtime listeners to the podcast will recognize the name Eric Sholtis. Eric is a certified master athletic administrator. He's the director of athletics at Athens City School. That's in Ohio. Tremendous background in athletics. Also, a previous podcast guest. If you happen to miss his interview, go back in our archives. It's episode number 368. Eric gave some great tips, some good best practices, but we've got him back. Eric, I'm going to get out of the way. What do you have for our listeners on this segment of the Toolbox Extra?
Gotcha. So our entire district, our administrative team, we've got a focal point as we start this 2025-2026 school year. It's three things. It's communication, it's engagement, and it's visibility. And as an athletic director, I think those three things are critical for us to be able to perform our job and do it well. Obviously, communication, that is something that we do on a daily basis, whether it's communicating with our stakeholders, with our parents, our student athletes, our coaches, whether it's communicating with the officials and letting them texting them, letting them know where to come and what time to show up, or find out what time they're going to show up, find out what kind of candy bar they want, what that communication, communicating with the bus garage, communicating. I mean, that is a huge aspect of what we do. Maybe the single most important part of what we do. If we can do that well, everything else kind of falls into piece or falls into place. Our second goal that we have as a district is engagement, and uh, once again, this is a huge part with as an athletic department and being the leader of the athletic department, we have to engage with those stakeholders, engage with parents, engage with the community as they come to events. One of the big things that we did is we just recently completely redid our website. It's far from perfect, but it's drastically better than what it was, and we're working on continually improving it, continually using graphics and social media to promote our students and our teams and engaging the community through surveys and that constant and continual engagement with our stakeholders. And the last one's visibility, and this one's probably the easiest one for athletic directors, but it's also at the same time it's a hard one. It's really easy to be seen, but we're also so busy with making sure that the contest is flowing and working the way it's supposed to. Are we taking that time to in, involve that engagement? Sorry, I bumped the mute button. And chatting with some of our stakeholders at the games. Are we talking to the parents in the atrium area outside of the gym? Are we before the football game and after the football game, or before the soccer game, half times? Are we communicating with those people? Are we engaging with them? Are we being seen? Are we listening to them? All of those things. So that engagement and visibility piece is critical to be successful in this position.
I love those three, and we hear them quite a bit as part of our regular toolbox communication. Always the engagement. That's a whole episode in itself. And then again, just being visible, letting the kids see you, the coaches, even the parents see you, just so critical for an athletic director's success. Now, you've been at Athens City for a couple of years now, I believe. What are some, I guess, things that you did from your perspective coming in as the new AD at that school to really hit home? Let's talk about the communication part. What are some things that you did to help make sure communication was taking place?
Gotcha. One of the big things is, and I learned this at my previous school during COVID, is we send out weekly updates as to what our athletic schedules are. And obviously, during that COVID time, schedules were changing all of the time. But I've noticed since then that's still the case because we're all the time finding out a team doesn't have enough kids for a JV team, or there's too many kids injured, and this changes and that changes. Just this last weekend, we lost a JV football game, so it was on the schedule at the beginning of the year. Now it's not on the schedule. So weekly communication to let uh, our parents and our kids know, and our bus garage know what time we're leaving, what time all of the contests are, and getting that out, putting it out through email communication to our entire district. And using different platforms to do it. One of the big things that we did is when I came here, and it was hit and miss at first because they were some of our teams were so ingrained with different apps that they were using. Um, Teams had different apps that they used for communication, and it wasn't consistent. Um, I think a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, we went to Sports U across the board and used that for all of our teams. So now our parents know it's the one place that they can go to get all of their communication so they don't have to think, all right, I got a son who's on the swim team and a daughter that's on the basketball team, and I got to go to Remind for this, and I got to go to Team for this, and I got to get Facebook Messenger for this. Now it's one consistent place that they're able to go and get all of that communication.
Yeah, again, that the app thing that you mentioned, you're kind of at the mercy of the other schools. If they're using a different app, you can't run their program for them, but you can let them know, hey, our information, it's on this website, or you mentioned Sports U for the own for your own internal communication. Yeah, those I if you have those systems in place, and I'm talking to our listeners now, it really can prevent a lot of headaches for you down the road. Um, Eric, we'll do this at the end of the segment too, but if one of our listeners did want to reach out and pick your brain a little bit more, what's the best way they can get a hold of you?
Email is probably the best way. My email is Sholtis. That's ESHOLTIS at athenscsd.org. That's ATHENSCSD for city school district.org.
Yeah. One of the other tools, if you will, that you mentioned was engagement. And I remember when I first became an AD, I was still a head football coach. And so for my personality, I had that relationship with obviously the football team, but I've just felt like I had a more natural relationship with the other student athletes on the various teams. And so I was able to engage with them. Again, talking about me, I was able to engage, I think, more freely and naturally. When I was hired as the athletic director at another school, um, for me, I kind of struggled in trying to figure out how to engage and create that type of relationship with our student athletes. What are some ways that you develop and foster the engagement at your school as the AD with your student athletes?
I'll be honest, that is a challenge of mine here as well. Part of it is one, I didn't teach and coach here. I came here as athletic director, and I am not from here. I was a coach I was a coach and a teacher, and then athletic director where I came from. So I had those relationships. So coming here, that was also a challenge of mine. One of the big things is I try to do every single day is I try to here first thing in the morning and greet students when they come in. Try to be here when they leave at the day. Obviously, sometimes there's meetings and things where you're not able to do so. Being seen at all of their contests, try to be on the sidelines, cheer for them, let them know that you're there supporting them. Um, that way, they know you're in their corner all of the time.
I remember, as long as we're on this topic that I kind of brought up, um, we already had at this school where I went to a student athlete leadership council that the person who was my assistant AD, she had developed and ran. She did a great job with it. But that was a way that I began to start building those relationships and just connecting with the student athlete leaders. That was kind of my conduit to getting to know more kids through the teams. Do you guys have a student athlete leadership program at Athens City?
We did, and it wasn't what I wanted it to be. It was all through coaches who said who their captains were, and not every team had captains. There wasn't a lot of fidelity in coaches really selecting individuals for it. So we are actually within the next week or so, we're going to put out our new way for our student leadership to go out. Is going to be through an application process where they will need a coach to recommend them, but we will have 12 to 15 student athletes who want to be on it, and then have a criteria for that, and then use our coaches and our administration to select based upon that, and then from there use that as our student leadership team.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. That actually, how at a previous school, that was actually my CMAA project about how we developed our student athlete leadership team and involved into some sportsmanship things. It was just a lot of fun. The last tool that you mentioned was the idea of visibility. And can you share and the situation you described, coming in new to the school, you weren't a teacher, you weren't a coach, so you're getting to know people. Um, can you share an experience or two where your being visible at Athens City, paid off in some dividends down the road? Obviously it does, but can you share a specific success story?
Oh boy, kind of caught me off guard with this one.
Well, maybe just share some things that you do to, increase your visibility and the awareness in your stakeholders that, hey, Eric Sholtis is the athletic director and he's doing a hell of a job.
Well, the big thing is just always being present. I mean, much to the dismay of my wife and kids sometimes, if especially at home contests, just being seen and being there, and and especially just trying to be on the sidelines for the kids. Uh, Obviously, sometimes we have to get involved and manage crowd and make sure that things are flowing and working the way they're supposed to. But what I like to do more than anything else is be close to the action, and so the kids are knowing you're there cheering them on and doing. I'll tell you one of the probably the biggest. I don't know if it's a I cannot speak a success story based upon visibility, but this last summer, and it is start kind of the start of the change of our student leadership team, is we got to take four students to Indianapolis to the National Student Leadership Summit. And it was a fantastic event. And we had students who came back motivated and ready to take some of the things that they saw and learned and implement them here.
Well, no, I'd say that definitely is a success story. I, for me, I always tried to get to as many practices as possible. Initially it's, oh gosh, the AD is here, somebody's in trouble. And eventually they realize, hey, I was just out watching practice and trying to encourage them. Obviously it's a great chance to walk around, see if the coach needs anything, but um, yeah, try to, again, for our listeners, try to get to as many practices as possible and let those kids see you. Eric, this has been cool catching up with you. Always great to hear from somebody who's been on the podcast before. One more time, if one of our listeners wants to reach out, pick your brain a little bit, or just add you to their network, what's the best way that they can connect with Eric Schultes?
Like I said, it's probably email. It's eSholtis@athenscsd.org. That's ESHOLTIS at
Okay.
athenscsd.org. I'm fairly active on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, and Instagram. But most of what I do on there is just posting scores and upcoming contests and stuff. So that's most of what I do on there. But I am fairly active on social media as well.
Let's go and give out that, what's that Twitter handle so people can check that out.
Oh, I gotta look. I don't even know what it is.
I
It
know, I'm
is.
the same way.
I don't. It is at ACSD Bulldogs AD.
I'm sure we're following each other on Twitter, but I'm going to write that down just in case. Well, Eric, again, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to share with our listeners. All the best for the great fall season. And hopefully, we're going to see you down in Tampa in December for the national conference.
Awesome. Thank you. And I appreciate being on.
You bet. For our listeners, we appreciate you. And just a reminder, we upload the Zoom recordings of all of our interviews to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We do Toolbox Extra just about every week and just about every day. We try to share stories and best practices from the world of athletics. So join us again on the next episode of the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. And before we go, we want to say thanks to our great sponsors. Go to Gipper.com. Start creating world-class content for your school social media channel. That's Gipper.com. Go to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards at sidelineinteractive.com. Home Campus, it's a platform you're going to use every single day. Go to homecampus.com. Vital Signs Wall of Fame, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Snap Raise, we used it as a fundraiser with tremendous success, and so will you. Go to snapraise.com. Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Go to Ohio University for more info. Hometown, they're the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges and a lot more. Go to hometown.com. Athletic surveys, go to athleticsurveys.com. And Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle. As an AD, we were a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com for more information. Thanks as always for listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.